I'm not sure that you can keep from entering a creative dry space. I think deserts are good for us. We live in one. I think we all go through dry spells, so I don't know that it's possible to thwart that, but I think you can do things to go beyond it and to break out of it. Some of the ways that I try to break out of it, a lot of my inspiration for music actually doesn't come from music. It comes from other art forms. It comes from visual art most of the time. For instance, I just took a trip to Chicago, and we went to the Art Institute, and they have Van Gogh, they have his self-portrait there. And it's one of the most moving paintings I've ever seen in my life. And to actually be able to, put my nose 6 inches from that painting, and you realize that these were just individual brushstrokes of color. He's not blending anything. It's not pointillism, but it's just individual brushstrokes. Like here's a red stroke, and here's a beige stroke, and here's a blue stroke, and yet it just creates this visceral emotion. And when you see the look in his eyes, it just cracks me in half. As a matter of fact, Van Gogh is the only painting, his works are the only painting that I've ever stood in front of and been moved to tears. So I came back, and that concept of these individual little brush strokes, not blending, is stuck in the back of my head. It's going to take a long time for that to show up here, for that to show up in a piece of music, but I can guarantee that's going to show up somewhere. So for me, those dry spells, sometimes I've got to travel. Sometimes I've got to see something new. I've got to experience something new. And I think as an artist, if you aren't seeking that, I think it's very easy for us to flatline and start putting out the same piece over and over and over again. And I'm not interested in that. I want to constantly be trying to at least move forward.